guys! So this video is going to be on dreams, dun dun dun. I know this can sound kind of like a funny topic, but dreams have actually played a really big role in the context of history, as well as they continue to serve a biological role in our lives, and the function of dreams keeps on being interpreted by science, and the content of dreams has been analyzed in so many different ways, and some people might call it pseudoscience, but then also science does show that we do sort of sort through what's going on in our lives in our dreams, and sometimes we can wake up with a very refreshed perspective. And I think that that is very interesting, so I just wanted to share a few of my examples of the way the dreams have impacted me. And granted, this is nothing like in the olden days where kings and powerful people would make huge changes based on a dream that they've had. I've never had an experience like that where I've been like, hark, I need to do this, this, and that because of a dream. But there's two dreams in particular have actually, I think, looking back, and these are when I was a child, they actually sort of did really affect my perspective, and I'm sure it was based on things that I had already been processing during my waking hours, but I just thought that these were two sort of interesting dreams, and I've had a conversation about dreams recently, so I want to share it with you and give the floor out to you to discuss your dreams and your thoughts and dream interpretation and the function of dreams now and in history. So basically, my first dream, which I think is one of the first dreams that I remember ever being able to remember, is giving a little bit of context. When I was little, I really wanted to fly. I know this sounds kind of funny, but I really wanted to fly, and I always had the thought that if I could fly, everything would be perfect. Not that I was an unhappy child. I was a pretty happy child, but I had this idea that if I could fly, I could do everything. Like, everything would be awesome. Like, all the time. Everything would be absolutely perfect. And I had a dream one night that and I remember that I used to try to make myself fly in my dreams because I couldn't fly in real life. So I intentionally tried to make myself fly in my dreams, and then I finally did. I was able to fly in my dream. And I remember that in the dream, I had this, well, first of all, I thought it was pretty cool. I remember thinking that being able to fly was pretty cool in my dream. And then I realized, oh wow, I'm still the same person. Like, this is pretty neat, but I'm still the same person. So when I woke up, I had this thought of, and it's probably a pretty deep thought for like a 5-year-old, but if I can't look for being able to fly, I can't look at that for happiness, because I would still be the same person. Everything would still be the same. I can't be grasping at something like that in order to find happiness within myself, because I should be able to find happiness with what I already have. And this, looking back, I think is actually kind of a deep reflection on life, which sounds really funny. But throughout life, we often think, oh, if we do this, if we get this, we're going to be happy. And the possibility for happiness is all around us. And yeah, that's one dream that I'm pretty sure affected my understanding of life in ways that I never expected. And then the other dream was, just one thing to know about me. When I was about 10 years old, I really wanted to affect the world in a big way. And it's kind of hard when you have like parents who are telling you, oh, don't do this, like obviously not letting you walk around the streets on your own, just randomly being some vigilante person. So I really wanted to affect the world in a big way, and I had the idea that if I had lived, for example, during World War II, or during some sort of really turbulent wartime, I would have been able to help people. I think I'd watched a movie where a little child was passing notes in order to help people go into hiding, and that was something that I got in my head that I really wanted to do, and I really, especially as it relates to the Holocaust and World War II, I really read a lot of books about the time period and watched movies, and I just really wanted to be able to have been alive during that time so I could have done something meaningful. And then I had a dream one night where there were bombs in the air, and I was really scared. Like, this was a really scary dream. And I remember waking up and being scared and thinking, oh my goodness, I'm so thankful for what I have. I mean, I still want to do something important with my life, but I am thankful that I live where I live and I've had the experiences that I've had. And it was just kind of also a realization that how pretentious am I to think that I would be that person rescuing people. Like, maybe I would be one of the first casualties. People's lives and the opportunities that they have. I mean, everything that we have is a gift, and sometimes who gets to do the heroic thing and who ends up not having situational variables line up in their favor, like, the two equally awesome people can have very different outcomes just based on chance. And that was something that sort of I realized, like, how pretentious would I be to not realize, to just think that I would kind of like fly, like I would just come into this like turbulent setting and just save people. Like, I don't know. I just had that thought, and I guess it really did sort of affect the way that I viewed the world and made me more thankful for what I have. And then two other funny little quick dream stories that I have are, one, I had a lucid dream once in my life. I had a lucid dream, and actually it was not a pleasant experience. I was a kid as well. Recently, like, I think I have a lot of dreams of what I have to do the next day, and then I wake up or wake up in the middle of the night, I'm like, I have to do this! And that's, I mean, I can't think of a specific one recently, but I've had a lot of dreams recently where I remember things I have to do and I just write them down and then I go back to sleep. Or I had a dream, I work with kids with children with special needs, autism particularly, and I remember dreaming that one of the children that I work with, that she could talk, and I was really excited. And so that was one dream that I guess I was thinking about in my life. So this was filmed last year, but recently I've actually had many dreams where I am sort of rescuing a person or an animal. I'm on some sort of an exciting mission or facing a moral dilemma between some once-in-a-lifetime adventure and rescuing someone in distress, and I pretty much always end up helping the person out, unless I wake up at that very moment. But I do find this to be an interesting contrast with the dreams I often had as a child, where I would be unable to move or run. So, is it the smallness of a child contrasted in the subconscious with the responsibilities of the journey into adulthood? Maybe. It's interesting to see how dreams can change across a lifespan. Have yours? Two fun little dreams that I had also when I was a child were, one, I actually lucid dreamed once in my life. I've lucid dreamed, at least I can say I did it, and it was actually not a pleasant experience because I remember we were going to an amusement park the next day and I was really excited and I was trying to make myself fall asleep and I finally fell asleep, and then I was in this city, I think there were trolley cars, so it might have been like New Orleans, and I guess Godzilla was there, and I was trying to escape from this monster and I couldn't, and I knew that I was asleep. And I remember trying to scream so that someone would wake me up, but you know that whole thing called sleep paralysis, I could not scream, so I remember being like, and I guess no one heard me, and I remember just waking up and just like telling my family, oh my goodness, didn't you hear me? Like, I was trying to scream, but it came out as a whisper. And yeah, so that was that story. It's kind of crazy to think that some people are able to lucid dream all the time. One of my brothers, actually, he really wanted to be able to lucid dream on a regular basis, and he would just like be laying on the couch trying to make himself lucid dream. So we'd be talking in the room or on the other side of the room, and then he'd be like, "Stop talking, I'm trying to lucid dream," which I thought was kind of funny. But it did kind of make me think more about that process. And then the other thing, the last little dream story that I want to share is, I remember that I think it was a poem. It was on a placard, I think, and I read it, and then I woke up. And I remember thinking, oh wow, I really like that poem. And then a light bulb went off, and I was like, wait, that poem was in my dream. It was mine. Like, I wrote it because it was in my dream, even though in my dream someone else wrote it. Like, it was actually my poem because it was like in my head. And yeah, I didn't remember what it was other than the fact that I apparently thought it was pretty awesome. So that was an exciting story. But yeah, let me know if you've had any interesting dreams that have either changed your perspective on reality, maybe made you remember something that you think that you should do, or a new way to solve a problem. Have you had any lucid dreams? Because I know that that's something that not everyone experiences. What are your perspectives on interpretation of dreams? Because I think that, in a way, science does support the fact that we do process what's going on in our environment, and we can wake up refreshed and have new solutions to issues that we've been struggling with, or problems that, like, our brain needs some time to process, and sleep provides us with that opportunity, and also allows us to wake up refreshed if we have the right amount of, if our sleep cycle is a healthy one. Hopefully we feel refreshed when we wake up. Apart from what I've learned about dreams, these are just some personal stories that I wanted to share with you. So if you want to let me know your thoughts, please do, and I hope you're all having a wonderful day or a night. Sweet dreams. Bye.